Beginning our bulletin with what is defining the news agenda, Cyclone Yas. West Bengal and Odisha are on very high alert as very severe cyclonic Yas is set to strike. As per the latest updates coming in from the Met Department, Yas has intensified into a severe cyclonic storm. It is likely to intensify further and cross North Odisha coast as a very severe cyclonic storm around Wednesday noon. NDRF is right now on high alert and has deployed 32 teams in coastal districts of West Bengal, while 3 teams are on standby. 44 NDRF teams have been deployed in coastal districts of Odisha. The cyclone is likely to cause extremely heavy rainfall in east and west Midnapore, South 24 Parganas districts of West Bengal. It is also expected to bring in winds of 155 to 165 kilometers per hour, gusting up to 180 kilometers per hour.
This is the calm before the storm. We are at the Bay of Bengal. This is Balasore, ground zero, and this is where the landfall of Yas is expected. The cyclone is expected to hit on the 26th, but before that, we've seen intermittent rainfall taking place. Behind me is the NDRF team, along with the state administration, going from village to village, house to house to ensure there's evacuation which is taking place.
हमने सभी गांव वालों को ये बता के रखा है कि इस समुद्र से अब तूफान से कोई डरने की जरूरत नहीं है। हम लोग आपके साथ हैं, बस ये गांव खाली कर दें ताकि हम आपको बचाने में हमें कोई दुविधा ना आए।
यहाँ पे जितना मतलब यहाँ पे जो गांव है, यहाँ पे पास गांव के 2 रिलीफ सेंटर किए गए हैं और वहाँ पे लोगों को जितना भी इवैक्यूएट कर रहे हैं उनको भी सोशल डिस्टेंस के तौर पे ही उनको वहाँ पे मतलब फैसिलिटीज करवा दिए हैं।
Behind me, if you can see, that's the distance from this particular shore to the village out there. But clearly, when we talk about the cyclone, it can get as unpredictable. But the point is to ensure that people are moved in before the cyclone does, and to ensure safety and security, to ensure social distancing. The centre's been moving from one challenge to the other. We saw Cyclone Taukte, and now we're seeing Cyclone Yas. The preparations on the ground with the Home Minister chairing meeting, but it's on ground how the forces react, that becomes key to success. With camera person Kirpal Singh, this is Kamaljeet Sandhu in Balasore for India Today.
I'm being joined live by S.N. Pradhan, the DG of NDRF. Mr. Pradhan, appreciate you taking the time out. Are you prepared for a worst-case scenario at the moment, Mr. Pradhan?
Well, Jyoti, actually, that is our bottom line. That is the principle with which we work. We plan for the worst-case scenario and then hope for the best. But we really plan very hard and very meticulously, and this time is no exception. In fact, as we speak, 10 more teams are being airlifted for West Bengal as per their demands. So 45 teams this time 45 to 46 teams will be in West Bengal. 52 are already moving around and settling down into their positions in Odisha. So that is a record, all-time record deployment ever in a cyclone in Odisha and West Bengal in both the cases. So,
do you think? Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so right now the focus is on evacuation because already I think the landfall trajectory is more or less clear from the IMD's perspective. It is going to be somewhere between Balasore and Dhamra port. So accordingly, the preparations are being made for evacuation and safety of the citizens.
And the evacuation, of course, is a case of temporary discomfort for the citizens versus a catastrophe, and hence they should embrace this particular evacuation. Any message you'd like to give out to the people watching in this telecast?
Absolutely. I think I would just pray with folded hands that everybody who is in the harm's way should just evacuate, even if he feels or she feels that they are relatively secure. I don't think they should take a chance. And I would request all the district magistrates, district administration of both the states specifically, that they should not take any chance with the lives of people. I think this is a very good opportunity to prove that if the state administration and the central administration gets together seamlessly, then we can save all the lives, if not, if not minimize. If we minimize, that itself will be a creditable thing. But I think we should go for zero casualty.
And it's amazing how this culture of over preparation is what you're embracing at this point of time. Also, even the mildly vulnerable spots, are you evacuating them too as a precautionary measure? Better safe than sorry?
Absolutely. This time I am happy to report. I don't know what will be the ultimate consequence, but I'm happy to report that both the states of Odisha and West Bengal, Odisha has been traditionally very, very cautious and very, very meticulous about it. So, but both the states this time are taking a very intensive approach to evacuation, and I hope that it all pays off, because this has been stressed by the Prime Minister in his meeting, the Home Minister, the Cabinet Secretary, the Home Secretary. Everybody has impressed upon the state administrations not to take any chance. So I hope we come out trumps at the other side.
Mr. Pradhan, do you see this getting worse, the cyclone getting worse in just a matter of couple of hours once it hits?
At the point of landfall, it is supposed to go into gusting speeds of almost 185, 190, which is almost the speed of Amphan last year, and matching the speed of Taute, which caused a lot of destruction. And we must remember that it is hitting in the populated area of the coast of Odisha, which is Balasore town, and Dhamra, which is also a small town. So these are populated stretches of the coastal side of Odisha. So yes, I think we should brace for possible destruction, but if we can save lives, you know, there'll be damage to infrastructure, telephone lines, electric poles. I think that is to be taken in the stride, and restoration can happen fast to build back better. But saving lives is the priority.
And since you mentioned about restoration as well, Mr. Pradhan, before we let you go, I believe that the NDRF is now technologically well equipped than ever before. And if you could just explain how, so it is a reassurance that would go out to the people who are watching this broadcast.
Look, NDRF traditionally earlier used to stay for 48 to 72 hours after a cyclone and then depart. Over the last two to 3 years, we have stayed on for restoration work to build back better, build back faster, on the principle of build back faster, to restore normalcy, because we have realized that if we stay on and restore normalcy, that is the complete job done completely and to the satisfaction of the local population. So that is why it is very important to stay on and restore normalcy, or a semblance of normalcy. And that's why after Foni, we stayed on for 1 month. After Amphan, we stayed on for 1 month in Kolkata and West Bengal areas. After Taute, we are still working on the ground. 20 teams are still in Gujarat, and it will continue to be so. So we want to restore not only normalcy, but a sense of assurance to the people that NDRF will stay on and handhold till everything is back to normal and the lives go back to the usual speed.
Thank you so much. I'm not going to take much of your time, Mr. Pradhan. I wish you and your team all the very best as far as the rescue and relief operation and the evacuation process is concerned. Leave it at that. Thank you.
Thank you.
My colleague Anupam Mishra has sent us this report from Digha in West Bengal. Take a look.
Sea conditions are getting rough at Digha in East Midnapur, and these are the conditions over here in East Midnapur. Digha is known to have a calm sea beach, but these conditions are not calm and cool, and it is getting rough. And according to the prediction by Met Department, during landfall on 26th of May, sea conditions will be extremely rough. That is why fishermen are advised not to venture into the sea. And we are at present at Digha, which is not far from Balasore. Balasore is the place where the cyclone Yas is expected to make landfall. And there are two special warnings. One special warning is for heavy rainfall. And rainfall has already been started. It will increase, and it will become very heavy rainfall on 26th of May. Administration is very much prepared for these conditions. They have already seen in Bengal and also in Odisha that every year cyclones are coming. So this time administration is prepared well in advance. NDRF team have been deployed. Civil defense people are patrolling near the sea coast. In Calcutta, what we know that Mamata Banerjee is going to stay inside the State Secretariat for 2 days. So administration is hoping that this cyclone Yas will become not as severe as cyclone Amphan. With camera person Tapan.